What's going on, guys? Today I have some exciting news for you. In case you haven't heard, Atlus has just made a huge announcement. 2 months from now, in September, Atlus is planning a 25th anniversary live stream event and teasing 7 new projects. We've known about Atlus planning something for a while now for its 25th anniversary of the Persona series, stating multiple times they're planning something huge for the Persona series. But my god! 7 new projects? That's a lot! But it gets even crazier. Based on the event's logo and some of the merchandise images being kept secret for now, it does appear very likely Persona 6 information will be revealed at this event. And it's hard to believe, but Persona 6 may be closer than we originally thought. Logically, now that Persona 5 Royal's development has wrapped up for quite some time now, Kazuhisa Wada and his crew over at Peace Studio need something to do, and Persona 6 seems like the next logical step. In the grand scheme of things, Persona 5 has been out for a while. The chair teaser, as I like to call it, was first shown to us in 2014, with the animated trailer following that same year in December. Bro. Just think about this. Persona 5 was originally supposed to be a PS3 exclusive game. That's 2 consoles ago. My god. What I'm getting at here is, while Persona 6 seems like a far-off fantasy, it will eventually need to exist and come out at some point. And historically, Atlus has made large Persona announcements exclusively at live concerts. The Persona series is now an anchor franchise for Sega Sammy, and now they want to keep the fans of this franchise occupied, so I am personally locking it in. One of the 7 Persona announcements at this 25th anniversary event will be a P6 teaser. I know, yeah, I'm just so smart. Who could have thought? Thank you. Oh my god, your applause is too much. I could speculate endlessly what I think Persona 6 could be about, but maybe I will save that for another day, and instead let's refocus and make some logical guesses, because really, that's all I can do with the present information given. So let's get this right out of the way. If you are expecting Atlus to show off 7 console video games at just one concert, get real. Temper your expectations. The chances of that occurring, while not technically zero, are slim at best. And given what we already know about Codename X... you don't know about that? Okay, let's just recap real quick. April 2021, Perfect World Games, a mass media company in Beijing, releases a teaser website for an upcoming mobile release titled Codename X. People dig into the website backend and find hints of the game being related to Persona 5. Shortly after, a teaser trailer is revealed showing more details like a Shibuya that vaguely resembles the Shibuya present in Persona 5, and a key art with the heroine resembling Soijima's line art and coloring. And the main character has a necktie, just like those who attend Kosei High in P5. Okay, it's a Persona 5 spin-off game. It's basically confirmed. And seeing as we still have 0 concrete information about this game, it's incredibly likely Codename X will be making an appearance during the 25th anniversary event. I can almost guarantee it. There seems to be a small minority of people who believe this is some sort of illegal knockoff or theft of Atlus's intellectual property, and I just want to say, to the people that still believe that, you are legitimately stupid. How effing dare you? A simple Google search could disprove this instantly. This is not some Supreme God Revelations incident where the studio is clearly just ripping off Atlus's intellectual property. The infinitely more likely scenario is that, simply put, Atlus is licensing the Persona brand to this company to make a mobile game, because Atlus, I do not believe, has a mobile game division and would not have the assets to do so. This is clearly a game or project with considerable thought and care put into its production. Whether it will be good or not, I hope it will, but I guess we'll just have to see.
So what about the other 5 projects, huh? Come on, YouTube boy, give us some info.
Well, I got no clue. For certain. But what I think could happen is most likely a mix of animation projects and video games produced by other studios, in a similar vein to Persona 5 Strikers. Let me explain. The Persona 5 animation was an anime nobody really likes. I feel like that's a safe assumption to make, and was most likely developed out of contractual obligation. which makes it an insanely likely candidate for another anime. Hear me out. Atlus taking a already complete animation project and doing it again, but this time with Kasumi Yoshizawa, is such an Atlus thing to do. I can't not see them doing it. Persona 4 Golden, the animation is such an oddity. You have the original Persona 4 anime, which was universally loved. Then they added Marie and made it worse. To no one's surprise, would Atlus make the same mistake again? You betcha. Obviously, I'm hoping for good things here. The Persona 5 anime was such a huge letdown to me personally, after we received the treat that was P5 The Daybreakers, but I truly don't think a Persona 5 anime can work without considerable amount of effort. Persona 5's narrative is packed. There's a lot going on, and it's a bit more complex than Persona 4's story. So would remaking this anime even be viable just so they could include elements from Persona 5 Royal? I know I don't care, but maybe my opinion is irrelevant, and Persona 5 The Royal animation is already entering production whether I like it or not. And honestly, that sounds realistic, so I'm locking it in. That's gonna get announced. Maybe. As for my next pick, Persona 5 Arena seems possible, or at least likely, but it's not something I'm personally looking forward to, given we currently have Guilty Gear Strive out, which is amazing, then Virtual Fighter 5, King of Fighters 15, and Melty Blood all on the way, vying for the attention of FGC fans. And with the local tournament fighting game scene beginning to reopen in Japan and abroad, it seems like a way better time to make an announcement for an arena game opposed to last year. But if we do get confirmation for this title, it will most likely just be that it is currently in development, as Arc System Works seems to be really busy and has their hands full working on multiple releases at once at the moment. If things were quiet over their offices, I could believe it. It'd be a little more obvious a choice, but all I'm saying is I want to get my hopes up, but I'm still locking it in. Boom, there it is. Next up, Persona 3 is a game. Duh. That people really want, for whatever reason, to be remade. Personally, I'm a bit confused by this. It is the Hoshino-produced Persona game with the most versions after all. Sure, those versions are on older consoles like the PlayStation 2 and PSP, but a full-blown Persona 3 remake is apparently in high demand. Obviously, I'd love to see Gekkoukan High remade with modern graphics and a revamped Tartarus to bring it in to modern-day RPG standards, but I'd be lying if I didn't just want to see an entirely new game instead. Because while it's a bit dated, I still believe the original Persona 3 is an exceptionally good RPG, especially for the PlayStation 2 standards. An HD port to modern consoles and Steam? Heck yeah, I'm down. But at the end of the day, it's Atlus's call. I imagine many people who are new to the Persona franchise, possibly starting with Persona 5 as their first game in the series, haven't had a chance to try Persona 3, as it's currently not readily available on modern consoles. From the business side of things, it also seems like a safe bet, as the majority of the gameplay elements are identical to Persona 5, just, you know, taking place in 2006, where everybody has MP3 players and flip phones. Also, holy dump! Fix the goddamn doors! Them's things are giant! Persona 3 has some very weird scaling issues. Like, come on, bro. What kind of Japanese dorm room has an extra long king-size bed? Who are we fooling here? Clearly, this game deserves a remake. Jokes aside, it has promise, I can't even deny that, but I can see why Atlus would be against a expensive, large-scale remake of an older title that fans may not even want to see anymore, especially after the lackluster sales of Persona 3 Dancing and Moon Knight. And while this may be entering conspiracy theory territory, it is rather interesting this announcement for the 25th anniversary was made on the anniversary for Persona 3. Something to keep in mind. Then again, though, Persona 4's anniversary was like a couple weeks ago, so maybe I'm reading into things too much. Close enough. Locking it in. Persona 3 remake confirmed. For the sixth announcement, there are likely products that we simply have no way to speculate on. If you asked me 7 years ago if a Persona dancing spin-off game was gonna happen, I'd say no, that's a silly concept, and well, now we have 3 of them. So trying to pinpoint exactly what's on Atlus's mind is really a fruitless effort. While it is true they could have taken fan feedback from their multiple fan surveys into account, they are still limited by factors like finding staff and resources if they are producing in-house, or finding companies competent enough to trust the Persona brand to. We are still waiting for SMT5 to go gold, and supposedly Project Refantasy is also reaching its climax of development, so that doesn't leave a lot of Atlus staff free to work on P-Studio projects. For all we know, it could be a Persona tabletop RPG board game that has no hopes of getting localized, or some sort of fan service school festival project game people unironically apparently want to date the Persona characters. Let me just tell you, that is stupid. Make a game where you date the shadows and demons instead, Atlus! It's genius! I want to take Mermaid for a long walk on the beach, take art class with Belphegor, food and wine festival with Mother Harlot, cooking classes with Orcus. It just makes sense. You could give Mara a little bow tie. It's so like hotcakes. You can't tell me it won't.
But Johnny, I want to date the Persona girls!
Listen to me, numbskull! You're thinking small time! And possible jail time. Imagine a game of the sheer comedy gold of demon recruitment the franchise is known for, but that's the whole game. You could argue dating in general is the same concept.
Yeah, date me. I have a cool car. And life stones.
Hire me, Atlus. My LinkedIn is in the description below! Okay, jokes aside, as badly as I do want to literally do your mom, I think we should wrap this up with some actual useful information I've personally dug up in regards to this event. For years now, there's a little known Persona game that seems to been seemingly lost to history, and I can see it definitely making a comeback, and this event seems like the perfect time to announce the long-awaited sequel to an Atlus classic. Persona Poo 2!